We got a few more days. Tomorrow, if you don't know, is a Grinch Day. Starting out with a Grinch devotional. So let me get this straight. I haven't watched that in many, many years. It wasn't that he hated Christmas, correct?
Yeah.
Is that right? Did he hate Christmas or did he hate people?
Both.
Both? All right. None of the holidays are, because some of the things you may be going through, you guys don't know anything about that. But just think about those that, just say their house was just wiped away by a tornado, for example. So it may not be a Merry Christmas for them. I know at church they were having a meeting, and I think there were 40 people in. A lot of them went to the hospital. Their roof is off. May not be a Merry Christmas for them. So think about those things. I see people on the street each and every day, under the overpass, under the upper path, whatever it may be. When I go downtown, through the town, going different places, may not be a Merry Christmas for them. So think about that. I was headed to Clarksville last week. Was it December 8th, that Saturday? Quick story. I was supposed to have a rehearsal at 1 o'clock, but my schedule, my overall day schedule, was so that I had to change it to 3 o'clock. I had a rehearsal with kids your age, a little bit older, to prepare for second Sunday. And so the place I was going, that property, that's where one of the tornadoes, that's where it hit. They called me and said, don't go because there's a storm coming. We had 2 buildings. There's a church, and right beside it was another building that they use for various things. It's no more. It doesn't exist. So I could have been there at 1 o'clock, but God knew in advance, changed my schedule by 2 hours. I got a call not to come. So we had church anyway with no power the next day. In a little chapel area. I had 4 candles on top of the piano in a small room, a storing clock, upright acoustic piano, and some candles. That's what we had. And we gave praise to God for that we all were there to worship Him. About 50 people came out. And it was amazing. It was great to do it different. I didn't have an electric keyboard. I had no drummer, no organist, no bassist that day. Just the piano and the voices of God, giving praise to Him. So if you're sitting in this room, you have a lot to be thankful for. That could have been you, could have been me. But we're here. Kids are here. So just wanted to put that on your heart as you go about. Just don't assume that every day the Bible does say every day should be a day of thanksgiving. Day of Thanksgiving. If you're in the Lord, you know that you give thanks regardless. This is a day that the Lord has made. Let us do what? Rejoice and be glad in it. But also Psalm 34:1 says, I will bless the Lord when I'm feeling good, when my paycheck comes in. No, it says bless the Lord at what? All times. So that means when it's sunshine, when it's raining, when it's freezing, I will bless the Lord at all times. When that person cuts you off while you're trying to get where you're going, ooh. Bless the Lord at what? All times. So there's victory in Jesus. So when we think about that and know that, you're giving your life to God, you can just focus on that. The kiddie song I used to do, he knows what I'm about to say. Count your blessings one by one, right? Amen. So count them. Sometimes I have to do that. You're feeling bad. My day has been pretty rough, to be honest. I'm going to tell you, but I have to, every now and then, I say, okay, God, I'm up, I'm thankful, I'm awake, thank you. Let me start just focusing on what God has done, how He's blessed me. And then I just start giving thanks, allow God to do what He can do, because we need to put all of our trust, not some of our trust, all of our trust in Him. Okay? So, try not to be a Grinch. That's all I can tell you.